Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 2 of my The Forgotten City playthrough.
So last episode, we obviously started the game and we were supposed to be talking to I believe it's the magistrate, and we didn't do that. So that's what we need to do this time. We got a little bit distracted. So here we are with our quests. We also have something to read in the inventory. So we are on Point of Origin. I've travelled thousands of years into the past. I'll need to find a way back to my original timeline somehow. So we need to figure out how to return to our original time. Then we have the Golden Rule. This city lives in fear of a mysterious law called the Golden Rule, so we have to learn, of course, about the Golden Rule. So our leads are democracy in action. It's election day and Malleolus is hoping to oust Sentius as magistrate. I'll need to stop him somehow. So it's telling us to meet Malleolus. We haven't met Sentius yet, though, so I think we have to do that and figure out how to make Malleolus drop out of the election. I'll need to dig up some dirt on Malleolus somehow. Then we have Vanishing Act. Scintilla, the magistrate's youngest daughter, has disappeared in mysterious circumstances. But how does someone go missing in a city with no exits and no crime? So we have to figure out what happened to Scintilla and search Scintilla's room. Sentia asked me to look through her sister's room. We can certainly do that very, very soon. Finally, we have the locked villa. Domitius has denied me access to Malleolus's villa. I'll need to get creative if I want to get inside. So I don't think that he did. Actually, I don't think we've met Domitius yet, so I'm not entirely sure why we have that quest. Anyway, let's now move on to our inventory, and the new thing that we have is the Citizen Register.
Editing Ember interrupting here, so I did read the entire Citizen Register. Quite badly, I must add, but upon reflection when editing this episode, I thought that that might give too much away, so I have edited out me reading the Citizen Register, because I thought it might be more interesting for us to meet the characters organically. So this may end up being a slightly shorter episode, but I felt like the Citizen Register spoiled a little bit too much, so I have taken it out. Back to the episode.
Now, we saw Sentius leave out of there. We spoke to this lady last time. We do want to explore the villa a little bit more, but this is where we should have spoke to Sentius, and we were a little bit late in speaking to him. So we can't read that letter. We don't really want to be going through cupboards or anything like that at this stage. But we do have a downstairs. And we have these lariums, a small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers for protection. Now, should we search this? So we don't want to steal. So he has some money, but we do not want to be stealing his money. Not a great thing to do when we have just started, eh? We have a note from Scintilla, and it says, Scintilla to Sentius, may Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter, and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father, and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you will be re-elected, I'm sure of it. Okay, so Scintilla expresses gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. So the missing daughter is adopted. I don't know if that has any bearing on what has happened to her, but I suppose we will find out. So let's continue now. And what we really want to be doing is talking to the magistrate, of course. We do want to come back and explore the villa, so we are going to be doing that for sure. But I think the magistrate left from this door. So let's go ahead and see if we can find him, and then we'll come back to the villa. Here he is. Here is Sentius.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Ember.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning.
Thank you.
We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
And we can say it's beautiful, or I just want to get out of here. We're going to say it's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
So we can say can't say I have or yes. And we're going to be honest here and say can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
Goodness.
You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now?
Interesting.
Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
So we've got a lot of questions to ask, and it says tip, these questions will be available later. So we are going to quickly ask the questions. Of course, this is going to be a slow playthrough. I like to get as much information as possible. What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Well, we know that blasphemy doesn't count because his daughter was quite blasphemous. So we can say makes sense to me, or I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from. I think we're going to go ahead and say that at the risk of upsetting him.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same?
Unfortunately
when our people
not.
are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Fair point. So we can say my mistake. Don't your laws allow slave ownership? Don't your people watch blood sports for entertainment? Don't women have fewer rights than men? Don't you persecute Christians, or don't you practice collective punishment? Now, all of those things are strictly true, but I don't think that we should upset Sentius. So I think we'll say, my mistake.
I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
Okay. So, what did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
And we can say, yes I do, which is of course a lie, or you're right, I'm from 2,000 years in the future. So let's tell the truth.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
So we can say I didn't see anything, which again isn't the truth, or you'd all been turned into golden statues. Let's tell him the truth.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
So, how does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal.
Of course it does.
In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
I did see human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best, or I can't promise anything. I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
So, why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Fair enough. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
So somebody is going to be breaking the golden rule and killing everybody. So, fair enough. How do I know you're not the person responsible? Do you think it could be related to Scintilla's disappearance? Or come on, tell me what you really think. I don't think we should insult him. How do I know you're not the person responsible? Let's say, do you think it could be related to Scintilla's disappearance?
So you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful.
Let's just say fair enough here. If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
We can say, think so, or sure, why not? Sure, why not? And that's all the questions that I had.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
All right, I'm in, or it doesn't seem like I have much choice, which is true, but we're going to say, all right, I'm in.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
All right, I'll get started.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
I'll get right on it. Or I'll see what I can do. I'll get right on it. So, for now, I do want to head back into the villa. This is, of course, again going to be a bit of a slower playthrough because I do want to check everything. We've got around the outside as well. Of course, if we bump into anyone, we will have a chat with them. But we have a statue here. Obviously, there are golden statues everywhere. But the basic premise, in case you were a little bit confused by that conversation, there was a lot to take in, is somebody is about to break the Golden Rule in the city, and if that happens, everyone here will die. So we need to figure out who's going to break the Golden Rule and stop it. We're also looking for, of course, this lady's sister.
This place has become a thoroughfare.
Now, we spoke to her last episode. Does she have anything new to say?
What have you discovered?
I was hoping to talk to you about something else.
Oh, I see.
Can we talk about Scintilla?
Of course. What have you discovered?
Nothing yet. I'll keep investigating.
Yes, please do.
So there's nothing more to say with her. Then, of course, we met this guy, Horatius, last episode.
What now?
Can we talk about Scintilla?
What business is that of yours?
I'm looking for her.
A lot of people have been looking for her. But it's been 3 weeks, and we've found nothing. What makes you think you can do better?
Sometimes fresh eyes help, or it sounds like you don't want me looking for her. I'll say sometimes fresh eyes help. We do, of course, want everybody on board.
I suppose that's true.
Did you notice anything suspicious before she went missing? I know what you did to her, which is a bluff. We have no evidence to suggest that yet, or let's talk about something else. Did you notice anything suspicious before she went missing?
Scintilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. I admit, her disappearance really caught me off guard. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better though, I suppose.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Fine.
And I'll be going now.
All right. Please keep an eye out for anything that might lead us to Scintilla.
Of course, we do know that she may have had a secret lover. So we are in some kitchens now. Again, I did do a video on the food of the Forgotten City, if you'd like to check that out. I discussed a lot of this there. So we have a produce bowl. These carrots are purple as they were before modern orange carrots were cultivated. We also have a stove. It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation, but Romans probably regard that as their servant's problem. We also have a shovel, a Roman fire shovel made of bronze. It smells like ash. Okay. We are, of course, investigating everything. And again, this is going to be a little bit...
I trust?
Yes, this is going to be a little bit of a slower playthrough. So I'm assuming this is Scintilla's room. We have a bust, A sculpture of Ares, the Greek god of war, known to the Romans as Mars. We have a vial. A small vial containing a rudimentary perfume made from flowers and oil. Okay, we have some other stuff that we can't look at. We have a cosmetic jar. A brass jar containing some sort of powder for makeup. We have a journal, Cyntia's journal. We have a brass mirror. The brass has been polished into a rudimentary mirror, which has been used for applying makeup. Okay. Of course, we will get back to the journal. I think that's what's of most importance in this room. We'll just see if we can find anything else. We have Cyntia's chest, where we can steal some money. Again, we don't want to be stealing anything at the moment. So let's go ahead and read Cyntia's journal. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. Apologies, this is Cyntia's room, not Scintilla's. As a dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. Okay. I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets, Cyntia. So in summary, Cyntia believes everyone is entitled to their secrets. So this, apologies, is Cyntia's room, who is the lady over there.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
So we need to be finding Scintilla's room. We did look at a few things over there. We looked here as well. So where is Scintilla's room? We can go to our journal and let's see which one it is. This one. Optional search Scintilla's room. So let's go ahead and track that quest. This should take us to Scintilla's
Keep an eye out
room.
for Scintilla, would you?
So it's right here. So let's see if there's anything we can find. We have an ink jar. A ceramic ink jar. The ink appears to be made from soot and water. Okay, I don't think that's anything. Oh, we have a note from Scintilla. Scintilla, to Sentius and Cyntia. May Clementia give you the strength to forgive me. I am sorry to have to leave you this way, but I have found a way to escape, and I must take it. I hope we meet again someday. So Scintilla writes that she has decided to escape. Okay? So let's go ahead and take that. Is there anything else in here? We have a vial, similar to the one in Cyntia's room. A mirror, exactly the same. Another vial. Is there anything else? We have the cosmetic jars. And in Scintilla's chest, again, we have some money, which we don't want to be taking. So let's see what our quest says now. I should tell Cyntia about Scintilla's note in which she mentioned escaping. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that now.
What have you discovered?
I found a letter in her room which mentioned her plan to escape.
What? Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that. I wonder how I could have missed it. Strange, but well done, I suppose. But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Scintilla's friend Yulia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Yulia's still here. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Okay. So I think we've done everything we can in the villa for now. So let's head out. Maybe we could talk to Cyntius about the note?
You've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
So we can say a few things here. Can we talk about who's going to break the golden rule? I was hoping to ask you some questions about my investigation. What's your story? Do you know a way out of here? What do you think about the golden rule? Or I'd better get back to it. So let's start from the beginning. Can we talk about who's going to break the golden rule?
Of course. What is it?
And we can say, I think I know who it is, or never mind, I need more time to investigate. Well, we don't know who it is, so I need more time to investigate.
Why then did you say... It doesn't matter. It looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
I was hoping to ask you some questions about my investigation.
Ask then.
No, we don't need to.
Good. Now, Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
What's your story?
Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name, though magistrate is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the cavalry of Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the barbarians.
What's a decurion?
It's a cavalry officer. I had 30 men under my command. This was my uniform.
Why are you still wearing it?
As magistrate, I usually wear a toga, but today I may need to survive long enough to create the portal for you, so it seemed prudent.
How did you end up here?
My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting dignitary arriving upriver by barge. Now the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward the river from streets and alleyways in every direction. They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic, and I remember it losing its footing by the water's edge. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here in the company of some stranger. I went looking for my horse and discovered that lonely temple. You can probably figure out the rest.
How did you come to be magistrate?
I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing agitation for another election. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it sooner, hoping it would placate my constituents. Unfortunately, it just seems to have emboldened certain elements instead.
Let's talk about something else.
Very well.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, I'd have led these people out of here already.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I've had plenty of time to think about it. Let me see if I can sum up my thoughts. I've always considered my guiding star to be the well-being of the Roman people. Our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon honoring the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. Dishonor them and we all die. It's as simple as that. The real enemy in this place is not the Golden Rule, but human failings. The temptation to slide into degeneracy, greed, and hubris. I trust that answers your question.
I'd better get back to it. I promise it won't all be talking.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Okay, let me just check my recording time quickly. Yeah, we're doing okay for now. So we have someone straight ahead of us. We have lots of places to go, actually. We have more statues. Some really beautiful flowers. I love looking at flowers in video games. We just had that strange person whispering at us again. So who is this? Stranger, let's talk to them.
What were you two talking about?
Sorry, what? Or I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, what?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. If he's making a last-ditch effort to pick up votes by talking to a woman, he's even more senile than I thought. Everyone knows women can't vote.
Thanks for the warm welcome. I'll be going now. Or we weren't talking about the election. We weren't talking about the election.
What else would you be murmuring about on election day? Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you've sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
I don't want any trouble. I don't care about the election, or I wasn't thinking of interfering, but now I am. I don't want any trouble.
Good. Then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Fine. Mind if I ask some questions?
Can't hurt.
What's your story?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus? You go through me.
Why are you dressed like a gladiator? Or I'd like to meet Malleolus. Let's ask him, why are you dressed like a gladiator? I presume because he is one.
Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why.
Okay, but you're nowhere near an arena.
You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners.
Do you know a way out of here?
When Malleolus wins the election, yeah? This place will change. You won't even want to leave. You'll see.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I think it's gone on long enough. And Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
Sounds great. Can I help in some way? How's he going to do that? Or I'm not sure I believe that. How's he going to do that?
He's going to announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
Why can't you tell me now?
'Cause if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that.
I'm not sure I believe that. Or sounds great. Can I help in some way? I'm not sure I believe that.
Old man Sentius got you already, did he? Well, I'm not talking to people in his faction. Confortuare.
Okay. So I think we might have messed up our chance to speak to Domitius.
Os inculio mio.
Yes. We cannot speak to Domitius now. Okie dokie. So with that, let's continue on. This, I'm presuming, is the magistrate, the guy who wants to be magistrate's house. So let's see. The door is, of course, locked. So we need to find a way to get in there and speak to him. We can sneak. We can jump as well. There we go. There doesn't seem to be much point going around here, does there? No. So let's head back. I don't know if we can sprint. I can't remember. That's sneaking. There we go. I found the sprint button. Okay. So we did want to be speaking to the priestess. Oh, what's this?
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I thought you weren't talking to me. Yes, why? I wasn't, but now I am. Or not really, no. I wasn't, but now I am.
Contrary little cap at murder, aren't you?
Why shouldn't I go down there?
Nobody's told you about Hannibal? Ugh, why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
What did you do? Wouldn't that have broken the Golden Rule? Or this all sounds pretty implausible. Wouldn't that have broken the Golden Rule?
If it was a man, maybe. But I swear on my life this was no man. More like a Strix. Or some Versipelus that feeds on human flesh. I didn't stick around to see which.
What did you do?
What any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
That was a great story, but I'm still going down there, or maybe I'll give it a miss. Well, we've already pissed him off, so... That was a great story, but I'm still going down there.
Without a weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
So I think he's given us a clue that we may need a weapon down there. So I think, even though we just said that to him, I think we are probably going to give it a miss for now. Let's not go in there. So I think this is probably where we're going to leave this episode. So next episode, we're going to head into here. I believe this is where the High Priestess lives, and we're going to talk to the Priestess. So thank you very much for watching. Again, it's a little slow to start, but it gets very juicy. Let's just say that. So thank you very much for watching. And until next time, bye, Embers.